Hello. Welcome, my friends. TGIF, we made it to the end of the week. I hope that things are going well. And please let me know how you're doing, because last week, our reading a week ago today was a little bit harder. Lots of crashing and booming with the tower. I'm hoping that in this week, we're going to see some reprieve from that tower, as we are going to be ushering in the full cold moon later in the week. So that will be muchly appreciated. So for this week, for the week of December 12th through the 18th, I'm going to be using the Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle. This is a combination I absolutely love. I love the imagery. I love the playfulness of it. And I felt that we kind of needed that right now, especially given what last week or this current week has given us. So let's get into this week. What can my friends expect from the week of December 12th through the 18th? To Gaia, that grounded, stable energy. So amazing and so very helpful when you're dealing with a lot. And we are dealing with a lot. There's still that energy push and pull, the global thing, so much. Plus everything we're dealing on with our individual journeys and aspects in lives, our friends and family. And now we're compounding it with the holidays. So let's be honest, and it's not helping that Sagittarius is crashing around and being as blunt and direct as possible. The more grounded we are, the more we're going to be able to deal with everything that's in play, all these balls. We'll be able to juggle them more fluidly with less interruption, with less challenge. Earth magic. Getting a really clear picture here, guys. This week, we need to ground into that stable energy. Earth magic, that's what it's talking about. You don't have to be a witch or a pagan or some sort of woo-woo person to know that when you're calmer, when you are grounded, you're more able to do things. Those ahas come more frequently. Now, I know grounding is kind of getting to be one of those clickbait words, because everybody's like, ooh, that sounds good. How do I do it? It's not hard. It really isn't. Establishing a grounded center within ourselves is not hard to do. The trick is to maintain that grounded energy. We really struggle with that. So I'll give you some tools here, because I'm not a person that's going to say, do this, but good luck. No. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. There's always lots going on here. I have 3 meditative playlists, and all of them have grounding meditations to them. Any of my meditations, whether they say grounding in them or not, have a grounding component. These meditations will range from 10 to 15 minutes in my short and sweet meditative playlists to about 30-ish minutes. They're all guided, because that's another thing. Many people are like, meditation, I can't sit and I'm one of those people. So they're guided. They're there to help you. You can just listen and breathe, because that breathing will support you in that grounding. Because what we're feeling, what we're dealing with, so is everyone else around us, which only compounds the situation more. So taking that time and grounding yourself through meditation will help, because you're focusing in on your breath, you're calming your central system, you're more focused up here, because we're using both parts of our brain. We have a tendency to favor one side, You meditate, you get both. Win-win. When you meditate, though, it's not something that we can do throughout our day, all day. It's just too much. So then I suggest you add in another tool, something like a crystal. This one, it's really pretty. It's red with black banding. It's my go-to crystal for grounding. This is a tiger iron, IRON, tiger iron. Not to be confused with tiger eye. See, there's a difference. This really helps with grounding. This will help a bit. If you have one, it will work. Any black or red crystal will help maintain your groundedness. Crystals are amplifiers. They struggle to keep us grounded. If we start off with a meditation and use this, it stabilizes us. So no matter what crazy happens, because we know we're getting into the last couple of weeks before the holidays, before Christmas, and well, that's when people get the craziest, right? But tucking in a piece of tiger iron in your pocket, you can get it in like crystal or bracelets or pendants. Super, super helpful. That means that you can easily go through your day, go to work, go to school, go do what it is that you need to do for that physical environment while spiritually and emotionally being able to stay stable. Win-wins on all bases. So this week, really be mindful of that groundedness. All right, let's get into this week a bit. Ooh. What does the beginning of the week bring, my friends? The bottom one. So the beginning of the week brings you a lot. This is why I wanted the bottom one. The Two of Cups, that duality, that balance, that relationship. Like I just said, everyone around us is dealing with the same energies, the same global situation, the same community situations. They have their added challenges of their individual life. It gets a lot. And we know that as it gets colder and darker, people struggle more. It's really important that not only do we have that stable energy within us, but we support ourselves and those around us with it as well. If we can be that rock for our friends and family, especially those close ones, when they're struggling, they can be our rock when we're struggling the most. When we're not able to look at that perspective, like take that step back and really put perspective into what we're dealing with, what we're working on, and being able to take care of ourselves. Connecting in and spending time with that person or people. Now, I won't lie, my friends who are looking for a relationship, because we all have different statuses in a relationship. The more grounded, stable, and centered you are, the higher your vibration, which sounds crazy, but you start to exude an energy of confidence, of health, of well-being, and it attracts the individuals that you need in your life. So if you're looking for your twin flame or one of your soulmates, the higher your energetical signature, the easier it is for them to find you. And vice versa. You can find them because you're getting out of that clouded haze and putting yourself up a little bit higher to fully see, hey, look at this person. They've been in my community forever, but I didn't notice them. Or, oh, this person's new to my community. They're very interesting to me. I'm going to take them on a tour, go for coffee. You can start to do that connecting piece because your vibration is higher and you're not so caught up in the crap, basically. the Knight of Cups. Of course, we have that emotion and that intuition coming through with the cup. So the Knight, that no fear adolescent energy. We can't be afraid to put ourselves out there, whether that be for a romantic relationship or a friendship. So even if we are in a very committed and healthy relationship, we still have that ability to connect in with people with like minds who are going to be a valid support and teacher for us. How you know that? They don't push. You don't feel gunky when you are working with them or learning from them. They answer your questions and aren't afraid to answer your questions. If you have a teacher, guys, that won't let you question them, they're not a teacher. They're a dictator. And walk away, cut and go. Teachers should be open to the whys, the hows, the what ifs. They should be able to nurture and support you through some of that. Sorry, big tangent, but back to here. This week, we have a very amazing opportunity to make those connections, whether it be a romantic, intimate relationship or a really strong, positive friendship, because we're never meant to do this journey alone. We want people, we want those individuals who are going to fill us with joy and happiness, that balanced, supportive relationship. The Ace of Swords. I love it. To help balance out the heart center here, we're going to get into the head, those ahas, especially as we're having fun, because that's a big part of it too, guys. That fun and joy needs to come through here. When we're having fun, like I said, when we're meditating, we get out of our head, we get out of the worries, the fears, the burdens. We open ourselves up to some amazing ahas. That's why in my meditations, I always encourage you to have your spiritual binder with you. And if you're new, a spiritual binder, this is just what it sounds like. It's a binder that you can fill with the knowledge, the ahas, the ideas. You're not restricted by a small little book. Binder is so much more versatile and useful. But having that pen and paper at hand really helps to get that information down and out, because our ego will step in and we will forget it. And that information will support us on a variety of levels, helping us to connect into more tools, more abilities of our own, to connect into a pathway, people, you name it. That insight and that aha really does help us out. We do want to be mindful of avoiding the phone. As helpful as they are, electronic devices, both computer and phone or tablet, can be impacted by low and high vibration. Those energies, they can impact it. That's when you've been working on something that is really important, very, connected in, and you lose it. The file is corrupted, the file is lost. It's really hard to do. The ego can't really stand up to a binder. It's too old school. Even if you don't understand it, write it down. It gives you something to go back to, because it can reconfirm or reaffirm something that you've been thinking about. It's amazing how a symbol or a drawing or a word or a number can really support what it is you're thinking and really helping you along the way. The Two of Pentacles. It's exactly what it looks like. That balanced energy. Not surprising, if we are focusing in on grounding, guess what? We're going to feel pretty darn balanced. It won't matter what unexpected situation, event, energy, person, you name it, comes in. We're strong and stable in the middle. I love that rendition of the Two of Pentacles, because when we are balanced, that energy flow It just, you see your chakras start to sing, you feel stronger, you feel healthier, you feel empowered. So starting off the week, start off now. Start now. Finish this, and you can go into my meditations and go check it out, because meditating will help support you in so many ways. It helps you physically, it helps you spiritually and mentally. So really a win-win situation. But you want to have that balanced, strong energy to deal with what we're going to be dealing with. Because like every other year, we have people that are very entitled and demanding. And because many areas are struggling with supply and demand, there's that like whole transportation issue. There's like all sorts of stuff going on, that there are places that are not getting what they need. And people are panicking. We don't need to panic. We need to support each other. And to be able to take that step back and breathe and create a plan. The middle of the week. What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? I kid you not, you saw me shuffle the moon. On Thursday, I will be doing my full moon reading, the full cold moon. I love it. I love it. So the full moon, or the moon, it does, of course, talk about that divine feminine energy, reminding us we need to embrace that divine feminine energy. It's going to help us because it helps to nurture, it helps to inspire us. Full moons have a tendency to show, well, things that we need. It's kind of like, here, this is what you need to do. Then it comes in and gives you that nurturing energy. Think of it as your mom when she really wanted you to do something. She's like, get out of bed now. We need to do X, Y, and Z. Go. I love you. I made you bagel. Like that kind of energy. And that's exactly what we're going to be looking at. That kind of go. That needing to use that balanced energy, that centered energy to fuel us. Because there are a lot of fears. We were taught at a very young age, everything scary comes out at night, to fear it. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew in the Rider Waite deck, there's a pool of water and a path just like this. It's not as pretty. And there's this weird crustacean thing coming out. There's a dog and a wolf. And down the path, there's these two little pillars and then the moon. But that creepy thing that crawls under the water, reminding us that there are scary things, that unknown. It's okay. We know so little of what it is we need to do, where we're going to go, what's happening. We can't allow ourselves to be stopped by the unknown. The stronger we feel inside, the more stable we are, the more we can push our ego down and go, you know what? Absolutely, this is kind of scary. I don't know about this. But that's how we evolve. That's how we got out of the caves, because someone left. That's how we created all the technology we have. Taking that chance and pushing yourself a bit. Not a lot, guys, though. Okay. This is more about that gentle energy. We want to invigorate and push the box that we're in just a little bit. Give it a little bit of a stretch. Because the more we grow with our tools, our abilities, how we interpret our world, how much we use our clairs and our third eye, that intuitional energy, that will help to strengthen us and give us a clearer picture of our current situation. Should have turned the card over. The Four of Cups. Again, you saw me shuffle and didn't look at this card because I've been looking at the monitor. So 4 cups talks about what we're dealing with. Some of it good, some of it's like, oh my God. And others you're like, I don't know. We're missing the 4th cup. The universe has been trying to share it with us through ahas, through supports, through repeated situations. And we're so caught up in our everyday that we're missing it. Like I said, we can't be limited by the fear. We can't allow that to hold us back, because that's when we're going to miss some of these amazing opportunities to help us grow, to develop, to bring in the abundance in all aspects, because we start to limit our opportunities and our possibilities. So, like I said, this grounded energy is going to be really important to help you, especially help you with those ahas that are going to be starting to flow right at the very beginning of the week. I won't lie, they've been flowing for a long time. We just have been so overwhelmed that we've missed them, which the high vibrational beings know and will continue to share it with us repeatedly until it sinks in. All right, let's go on to the end of the week. What can my patron or my friends expect at the end of the week? Oh boy. I'll start with the one that flipped over first. The 10 of Swords. My camera. There we go. Now, many of us are already feeling this. That heaviness, that pain. And many of us do get the pain in the neck, the shoulders, and the back. So, trick with the 10, or actually any of the swords. We'll start with the swords first. Swords are all about knowledge. That's why the Ace of Swords, I said there's a lot of ahas. As you go through the suit of swords, you start to obviously get more. And there's more situations and events that carry low vibrational energy. They carry the pain and the fear. We can't use that energy the same way as the joyous aspects. That energy, that high vibration, the love, the joy, the happiness. When we start to use that energy, it fuels us. This low vibrational energy, it consumes us. It brings us down. It makes us feel heavy. We feel the pain, the suffering. The trick with this card, though, this guy is ready to get up and greet his new day. This is a sunrise, not a sunset. It's not the end. It's a beginning. So we are going to feel the burn. Our ego is not going to support us in this. And it's going to come up and go, no way. Here is some pain and some fear to slow you down. And then it's going to be combined with the outside energies, the external pieces. And to add to that and compound to that, people who are already frustrated, temperamental, are going to reflect the energies that you're feeling towards yourself back at you. When we have a bad day, we usually have a really bad day. It's not like kind of had a bad day. It's like, okay, I had a really bad day. That's a 10 of the Swords being reflected back at you, where you have that heartache and that fear being reconfirmed by an outside source. They're picking up on your energies. It's not helpful. We go back to what will be helpful. That grounded, stable energy. Acknowledging this goes a long way. Going, you know what? I was warned that the end of the week might be challenging. I'm kind of feeling that. So taking that time, taking some time to meditate, you can start to release some of that energy, some of that yuck. I have a meditation in my Archangel healing meditations. I did it last year. Can't remember the month, but it was with Archangel Metatron. It's the first one. So if you go all the way back down, And it's the first one with Archangel Metatron, and it's releasing sadness. Fantastic, fantastic meditation to help not only ground you, but release some of this. Because this is not going to help you at all. It's going to make you feel really bad. 7 of Pentacles. We have some work to do. It's exactly what the 7 talks about, is that work. Yeah, there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of demands on us. What we need to do is start to prioritize it and maintain that balance so that we can release some of this, so that we can enjoy and really embrace the upcoming weeks. It's a wonderful time. The energies are fantastic. It does not matter if you celebrate Christmas or you celebrate Hanukkah or you don't. These energies are there. They're all around you. Anytime you have a large number of people celebrating, acknowledging, and rejoicing in an event or an aspect, it's going to be all there. We just need to be focused in on it. And that's part of the work, is making sure we have some intention and making sure that we're embracing the right energies. So if we're starting to feel low, that's why I have these the short and sweet meditations that you can go in, dump it, and enjoy and embrace what's right in front of you. If you don't have time for a meditation and you're starting to feel really kind of overwhelmed and funky, you've got that kind of anxious energy, excuse yourself to go to the bathroom, because most people allow you to go potty, go to the bathroom, put your hands under the water. You don't have to get soap, just put your hands under the water and feel the water just draw that energy out of you through your hands. It is the simplest tool, most effective, because most places have running water, most places have a bathroom, and no one's going to question during this time in our day and age, wow, that person's washing their hands. Most people will be like, yay, that person's washing their hands. But you know, because you can set that intention. I'm going to dump this energy. Now, don't worry, that energy is not going to harm anything. Your guardian angel is always with you and will transmute it, because they're going to know what you're doing. And they'll be like, get it out, get it out, get it out. You don't need it. These intentional pieces go so long. Like, it's such an amazing change. It's a game changer, because you're shifting your energies. So you're getting away from the heartache and pain, the fear, the anxiety, and you're starting to ground yourself. You're starting to take care of yourself. Those intentional aspects and actions will really, really help you out in the long run. The 10 of Cups. When we're feeling really, really bagged down and really overwhelmed, it's time to reach out. Talk to your support team. Ask for the help that you need. You want to connect in with your family and friends that are positive, you have a good, balanced relationship with. And I know, yes, we all have family members that we don't have the most positive relationship with, and that's okay. They're not the ones we want to reach out to. We want to reach out to those individuals that are going to support us, that are going to nurture us and help us out of this harder space that we're feeling. So taking that time and really embracing it and pushing yourself forward in a positive way. Now we do have the 10s, so the swords and the cups. In angel messages, when you have that multiple 10 keep coming up, the angels are telling you that this is an aspect for your greater good. This is a game-changing aspect, something that we need to acknowledge. The Hermit, the 9th card in the Major Arcana. Just like any hermit, the wise person that's going to help us connect into aspects that we had forgotten. that intention, these little shifts, they go a long way because we get that aha. These little things, these little tools that I keep giving you are all aspects that you're going to use to work on you. When we start to work on ourselves and we start to give ourselves that little bit of time here and there, because we don't want to hyper focus in on it. We just want to have a little bit of time. That's why my meditations are about 30 minutes long, give or take. Got shorter ones. They're there for you to support you with that connection and that understanding of you. This whole week is about arming you with more tools, more supports, so that you can start to embrace what it is we're missing. Because this is going to make these sing. It's going to add to what you already have, what's already working, so that you're not feeding what isn't. You're not feeding what's giving you the most problem. You're feeding what's going to support you and make you feel good. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that's not making you feel good. We want to focus in on, well, I hate to do it, but whoop, there we go. I like how the cards just fall upside right for you guys so you can see. So what challenge will my friends face for the week of December? Well, through the 18th. I don't mind them flipping the cards around. I do ask that they keep them on the table for me, because going under the table is never a good look for me. It just, no one needs to see that. So let's start with the card that fell upright, the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands, historically, Pamela Coleman Smith drew them in as just these wands. They look kind of like a fence almost. But it's supposed to be that aha, that inspiration coming in from the universe. This rendition is going to be more accurate. Sure, there's lots of insight, there's lots of ahas, but it is all coming in at all sorts of angles, and it's not making any damn sense. Calming our mind, grounding, will change this from an obstacle to an ally. You're going to be able to start to catch them one at a time, where it feeds you rather than confuses you. And that's going to make a huge difference. Judgment, the 20th card in the Major Arcana. This is the card that usually has the angel at the top with the horn and the blue people standing up. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but fun. Judgment talks about the universal song, those ahas. Right now, we're struggling to receive them. Goes back to what I said. We need to be in a state where we can receive it, where we can embrace that universal song. Because the energies, the high vibrational beings, they don't use our rudimentary language. And all languages on Earth right now are rudimentary compared to that of the universal energy. They have an energy language that is more telepathic and like a harmonious melody. It's beautiful to hear. Really, our brain doesn't have the physical capacity right now to decipher it. We're getting better. Some of us are getting pretty good at it, but the majority of us are still struggling. However, when we raise our vibration through meditation, through taking care of ourselves, through minimizing some of this and releasing it, we raise our vibration. It's amazing how when you have somebody who's struggling with sleeping and eating, how they feel they feel sluggish and gross, right? And their mental health starts to dip, and then their physical health, they start to feel like they're catching a cold or something. Well, when we start to take care of ourselves, we start to step up, fueling our mind with knowledge that is stimulating and exciting. We're fueling our body with food and drink that is nurturing us and encouraging us. We raise our vibration. those little pieces. So like they're just puzzle pieces and it starts to click in. So when we do, we can start to hear the song. We can start to receive more and more messages, more ahas that start to fill in the blanks that we're missing. The Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a movement card. It talks about moving forward and going. Well, most of us are still feeling so overwhelmed and so just at breaking point that we don't feel like we have the ability to add one more thing to our plate. Instead of thinking of it as one more thing, reframe it that this one more thing is going to help release so much. Think of it as having a cup inside of you. If you take a few moments every once in a while and dive in and get some of the gunkiness that's built up in the bottom of the cup, get rid of it, well, you've got more space in that cup. You don't feel so overwhelmed. So when we start to dive down and get that gunkiness out and sling it out, we can fill it with those aspects and pieces that are going to make us feel good. We're not going to feel so weighed down. We're going to enjoy this experience. We're going to want more. We're going to push ourselves in a good way. This would be the King of Cups. Mm-hmm. Again, with all the energetical push and pull, Castor and Pollux back in May when Gemini hit, and that's the twins of the Gemini zodiac sign. I started to feel a lot of this kind of almost like tantruming energy, the push, the pull, the conflict. And I can't pinpoint it anywhere as to a source. It's just that's what the universal energies are at right now. It's like some sort of weird storm. Well, many of us are struggling to maintain a semblance of order or a semblance of stability in it. That grounding energy will help us to turn him from an obstacle to an ally, helping us to regulate our emotions better. Because again, most of us are very reactive. We're looking at lots of mood swings. We're feeling very just well done. We're not able, as we once were, to embrace that dawn, carrying everything that we're carrying. Now, I do know that in the next little while here, at least the first quarter of 2022, healing and releasing is going to be a major component in what we need to focus in on, because this overwhelmed, exhaustive, reactive energy isn't helping anybody. So I will be focusing more on that as I go into 2022, because this is what keeps coming up. I was also told in August that this winter was going to be really challenging for people. So I want to make sure that as we exit winter and enter into spring, that we have as many tools and we've released as much as we can so that we can enjoy the springtime. We can enjoy our experience, make it our own. That's an important part of what we're supposed to do. We need to learn. We need to experience and enjoy many different aspects. And we can't if we're feeling just caught up by everything. Let's go on to the supports. I don't like ending off on the challenge. That's not fun. Let's see what further insight, wisdom, and support that we can share with my friends for the week of December 12th through the 18th. I love it. Learn from life. We need to be life learners. We need to learn from our experience and break the pattern, guys. It's not going, oh, this really sucks. I'm going to try and release and heal it, but I'm not going to make any changes. It's really hard and scary because change is, like I said before, a word that we fear as humans, that no, that change. Those are words we hate. However, if we are able to break the pattern, we don't have to relive it. We don't have to call it change. We're breaking patterns. We're making shifts in our everyday so that we avoid cycling back. When we learn, we can start to grow. And that's a big part of it. We don't want to keep recycling and rehashing because this starts to get really overwhelming quicker and it really hurts a lot more. I'd seen this card in a while, had to read it. Meditation meditation to dig deep. Like I said, that meditation, super helpful. I've got lots of releasing ones. I've got some connecting ones. Just read whichever one connects in with you because the more that you use these tools, the stronger you feel, the better you feel, and the more equipped you feel. Because as we dig down, we can start to heal and release what it is we're digging through, which starts to remove some of these swords, which, like I said, it's a game changer when we start to really release some of that pain and that fear. Because that's what holds us back. That's what bogs us down. Affirmation for growth. Love it. So affirmations are words of encouragement. I've got this. Nothing can hold me back. Those are affirmations. Affirmations help us to shift our energetical perspective. So opposed to having that bad day, feeling bad about ourselves, we start to feel better and we intentionally shift our energy and perspective. Not only do others treat us better, but again, we're starting to raise our vibration. Like I said, part of what we need to do this week is really be invested in where our energies go, where our perspective is, and shifting it in accordance so that we feel stronger. We feel more in control of us. There are only very few things that we have control over. We have control over our breath. And we have the control over how we respond and act. That's an us thing. Everything else has a component of other people. And when you have other people in play, you do not have control. Because there is the universal law of free will, and that wreaks havoc on control. Taking those steps to empower you, to ground and support you, will help you not only overcome what we're dealing with this week, but for weeks to come. These are tools that you're going to be able to use and pick up as you need. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and sharing this time with me. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help people find me on the sea of YouTube. More importantly, in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be so much happening on my channel. I'm so excited. So make sure that you have subscribed and hit that little red bell so you don't miss any of it. Fantastic. Especially because I'm going from one exciting aspect to another exciting aspect. We're going to hit into 2022, which is crazy. And of course, I've got, like I said, some more tools and supports to help you with that healing and that releasing. It's coming, guys. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today. And I wish you most magical and days filled of light and love. Until tomorrow, my friends.